100. Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it.
Oh no. Why my sound stopped working? Hold on. I thought I would continue. Hold on. Give me a moment. There it is. Hey, thanks for the raid, Nick. I thought you were streaming today.
100.
What
Yeah, look,
What happened?
they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been
appreciate the raid though.
winning.
Thank you very much.
Top of the world, the globe is spinning.
I'm late as
You know,
usual,
you know, I've been
so
on
I'm scrambling to get everything done.
mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and a pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like
I will I'll get to that just in a second. Ryan, let me just get everything else set up here. 1 second. But yes, that is definitely something that I intend to talk about because, well, I am a Leaf fan, so.
Goed in de scene, moest eigenlijk rennen, we lopen misschien. En ik wil niet eens kijken, mijn ogen die zien. Is er één niet genoeg dat ik kopen we 10. Proef in de bin, hier co-star. I got 5 on my name, I got no star. Come to me just to see how my shows are.
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been
Alright.
winning.
Think
Top of
I'm-
the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
I've been
I think
on
we're good.
what?
Alright.
Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it.
Yeah, so, my thoughts on Dubas basically getting fired. I'll be honest, when I made that YouTube short, Charles, I actually had not seen the Brendan Shanahan press conference yet. I hadn't been able to get to it yet. Man, that press conference was something else. Totally did not expect all of that. Hey, Salty, how's it going? Because, you know, from at least what it was looking at, or looking like, when it was first announced that the Leafs and Dubas were parting ways, you know, I assumed that, you know, Dubas was like, that basically he decided, you know, to take a year off. Yeah, hey, Josh as well. You don't trust Brendan Shanahan? Yeah, because with Kyle Dubas' press conference, I think it was on Monday, he was pretty open about the fact that he wasn't really quite sure if he really wanted to come back. He needed to talk to his family. Apparently the season was pretty hard on him. So, and with that Brendan Shanahan press conference, he basically said that he wanted to re-sign Kyle Dubas basically up until that point, and then once that presser happened, he, I guess, second-guessed himself and decided that Kyle Dubas wasn't the general manager that he wanted. That's weird to happen, man. Thoughts on Eichel coming out as non-binary? Did that happen? I completely missed that. If that's the case, then, you know, good for them. That's, you know, not really any of my business, but that's how they feel comfortable, then good for Eichel. I wonder who the new GM will be. Yeah, there's not a lot out there. The hot name is Tulsky, who's assistant GM in Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about them. That's just the name that I've heard. Brandon Pridham is also, I think, probably what they're going to go with, or at least a very good option, because Calgary wanted to talk to him about potentially being a GM, and I don't think the Leafs want to lose him. He was a massive reason on why, or on the Leafs being able to be cap compliant for a lot of this season and previous seasons as well. So I think Pridham would be a decent one. Shanahan should have gotten McCann. He's been around since 2013, only won one series as well. Yeah, it is kind of strange that they were so okay with just him making that decision. I do find it a little bit weird in that aspect, just because, yeah, he's been here for so long. He hired Randy Carlyle, hired Lou Lamoriello as well. Like, he's been through a couple of GMs. It's probably time. At least that's what David said in chat, Charles. I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I haven't seen anywhere say that, but that's what someone said. I don't know if it's true or not. Either way, like I said, doesn't really matter. Duba should have taken a 3x4. He's not worth $7 million. I also didn't know GMs made that much. I mean, I'm sure. I don't think most GMs usually make that much, but I'll be honest, I don't pay too close attention to how much GMs usually make. So maybe they do, but at least from with the way that Kyle's press conference, with how he spoke on Monday, I'm honestly not surprised that he asked for a lot, just because of the fact that apparently it did take a pretty hard toll on his family, this season. So I'm not overly surprised. It's just so weird that it seemed like Shanahan really wanted him, and also at the same time as well, from at least what Shanahan said in his press conference, what Kyle Dubas said wasn't really too much of a surprise to him. He had talked about it with Kyle Dubas before, but for some reason, him coming out to the public kind of swayed that and made him feel it a little bit differently, which is really, really weird. I don't know why that, if Kyle Dubas surprised, Shanahan with that press conference, like he did for most people, I think that would be a little bit different. But I don't think he did, at least from what, Shanahan was saying. So I don't know why that would have, swayed his opinion. It's very, very weird. I still see Dubas getting a job soon. Yeah, I think he definitely can get a new job whenever he wants to. He said that he was either going to be with the Leafs or take time off. So I assume that this year he's not going to be a general manager anywhere, but, maybe next season he'll pop up. We'll kind of have to see. Want to be a GM even more now? Yeah. I think this affects Matthews. Him and Kyle Dubas were very close. That is my biggest concern about this. I really did think Kyle Dubas would be back, solely because of the fact that they need to sign Austin Matthews this summer. They need to do that. And also, if they do want to trade a top 4 player, specifically if they want to trade Marner, they got to do it pretty soon here. And the fact that they now don't have a general manager, I don't see them being able to do that. Unless you get, Pridham to be able to do that, I don't see, at this current point in time, I don't see them being able to trade Mitch Marner, even with getting a new general manager, because, if I was a general manager for the other team, I feel like I would have a lot of power. So I don't know what they're going to do. I think it probably does end in them trading Nylander, to be honest, which sucks. And I've said before, I don't think that moves the needle a whole lot, but we'll see. Matthews to Arizona in a trade. I don't know about that one. We should hire someone new. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do. I mean, from what Shanahan said, it looks like he wants an experienced general manager. So we'll see. Matthews should go to the Hawks. I disagree. I disagree. When does Keith get fired now? I assume. Yeah, I assume he's going to go pretty soon here. I would be shocked if he's coaching at the start of the season. I really think that it's only going to be a matter of time before he gets fired. I don't know who they replace him with, but I think he's gone for sure. I don't see it. Maybe when the new general manager comes in, then yeah. But the game has started, so let's hold on. Let's get my clock going here. I also need to do this. One moment, sorry. I didn't realize the game had started. All right. Nope, wrong clock. And I got to move that up there. And actually, I think, is this the right clock? I think this is the right clock. One moment. Let me just, yeah, there we go. That's the right clock. All right. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, I hope it's not Bowman. That's for sure. I really, I hope it's not him. That is, I would be disappointed if that's who they go with. Yeah, we'll see what they do. I really don't know who they're gonna hire. Will they go Notice? I don't know, man. Nil. I don't know who that second person is. I'll be honest. I don't know who Nil is. If the Leafs hired Bowman and Quenneville, I would have a very hard time cheering for this team. I would have a very, very hard time. Oh, Jim Nill. Okay. I don't know. Like, ooh, Domi almost had a good opportunity there. Here's another attempt by Domi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they go with. I'll be honest. I'm really not quite too sure. I just know that with him being gone, it's yeah. I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting offseason. This new general manager is going to be thrown right into the fire because he has a lot to do this offseason. Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't make a move to the core four, you know, I don't know. I don't know how he's going to be received, to be honest. Yeah, how many? He's still got a lot of contract left. Jim Nill with the Stars, right? Let's see. Oh, here's a shot there. Good stop by Ottinger. Trying to see if I can find contract. Not sure. Couldn't see it at least immediately. But yeah, like honestly, like I'm more upset that that Dubas is gone, just because like I don't know. I'm back and forth with it because like I do like Dubas a lot, both as a general manager and a person as well. What did Dubas say that was off in his press conference? Well, he basically was asked, you know, if he wanted to come back, and he gave a very honest answer instead of just saying, yes, I would love to, or, you know, I'm open to negotiations or whatever. He said, you know, he had to have a discussion with his family because apparently the season was really hard on him and his family, so he wasn't able to give a concrete answer on that until he, you know, till he had that conversation. And that's really what he said. But, you know, from what Brendan Shanahan said in his press conference is that he was honest with Shanahan already. Like, they had already had conversations about that. So I don't know why, Kyle Dubas coming out with that information in his press conference, changed Shanahan's opinion. It's weird. If Dubas dropped that information on him in the press conference, I think that's a completely different story. But he didn't. So I don't know. We finally got past the first round. I thought that would be a guarantee Kyle Dubas would be back. Yeah, and apparently, like, Shanahan wanted him back. Apparently, he talked to it about him after the trade deadline, that he was wanting him to be the general manager, and they apparently had contract negotiations a little bit at least, and Dubas said that he had to wait a little bit, talk to his family, and then I think it was I think like he even said that on Wednesday or Thursday that Dubas, emailed Shanahan and was like, okay, yeah, like I want to come back. And apparently Shanahan slept on it and was like, well, I don't want you back. It's just very, very weird. Dubas is almost like Benning, good at drafting, but sus at everything else. Honestly, I wouldn't even say sus at everything else. Like, honestly, the worst part about Kyle Dubas is his contract negotiations with the big guys, with the big four. That's the only part where I can really fully say he was not a good general manager in that specific area. He obviously had some good trades and some bad trades. Every GM does. I thought he made some good signings in the depth guys. With Yarncroken is an example, but he is good at drafting, but I wouldn't say that he's sus at everything else, at least in my opinion. No, he did say the family part to Shanahan. Like, he did talk to Shanahan and say that, it's been hard on his family and everything like that. At least as far as what I remember Shanahan saying in his press conference. Like, they had conversations about what Dubas said in his press conference. So it wasn't news to him. Read about salary. Yeah, I mean, he did ask for more salary, like a higher. I think he wanted like 7 million. Ooh, and Ottinger has to make a good save there. But yeah, I think sorry, I got distracted there by the game for a second, and the commentator just yelling. What was I saying? Oh yeah, about the salary. Yeah, like Shanahan said that it wasn't really a huge factor. It wasn't that. So I would have to believe him, but I do think that he maybe hurt his hand a little bit there by trying to ask for more, but still, I don't know. What do you think the first thing the new GM will do? Kyle Dubas stayed. He would probably have been extending Matthews, but now that he's gone, new GM, I think about something else first. Yeah, I mean, if I was the new GM, I would try and extend Matthews first. I think that would be my goal, is to sit down with Matthews right away. Although I don't think that they can actually talk contract negotiations until July 1st, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but yeah, like, you have to basically get that extension done. But also at the same time, I mean, it depends on when they come in, because if they, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you need to do. You need to explore, trading one of those top four as well. And like I said, Marner Marner's no movement clause kicks in on July 1st. So if you want to trade him in particular, you need to get that done quickly. And I feel very iffy about a new GM coming in and then immediately trying to trade him, because I feel like, you know, the other general managers are just going to try and take advantage of that. But we'll see. Leafs should hire Chayka. Hot take. From at least what I saw, I think Pittsburgh is in on him, if I'm not mistaken, as also a general manager. I think that's the case, so, I mean, I'm not sure how far along that is. This new GM better not re-sign Justin Hall. Yeah, I hope not. And I really have to go to the washroom. I was going to try and hold it till intermission, and I can't do that. So what I will do is I will be right back. I apologize. I'll put on some music. I will try and be very, very quick here. So I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to go. Alright. Hold on. Let me get everything back going here. Alright. Jacob was a GM at 26. That's crazy. That is that's insane. You think this new GM will want to sign Ilya Samsonov, or do you think he wants his own goalie? I hope that Samsonov is back. I thought he was good. I would. I mean, it's always possible that he'll want to sign someone else, but we'll kind of have to see exactly who the GM is before I feel like we can really decide. I know Matthew said he wanted an extension before next season starts. However, depending on his relationship with the new GM, he could change his mind. Yeah, that is definitely a huge question mark, I would say, with this offseason. Is now that Dubas is gone, is he really want to re-sign? Oh, a chance for the Knights here goes back to the point. Yeah, I just don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how that plays out. Because yeah, if it's just a new GM, like I don't know if I would want to re-sign right away either. I'd maybe want to see what he does. I mean, they'll have to have probably a very good talk about that new general manager's plan before I think Matthews does end up, signing his extension. I think Brendan Shanahan said they're gonna hire a new GM before they make the decision about Sheldon Keefe. Did he say that? I might have missed that in the press conference there, but I mean, I guess I understand that a little bit. Like, the thing is I don't think Keefe is an awful coach. I do think that he definitely has his blind spots for sure. They could hire a worse coach than Sheldon Keefe, but I don't know. He's been here, 3 years now? Because, yeah, he came in basically right towards the end of 2019, I think is when he was hired. And, if Dubas is gone, maybe you want Keefe to be gone as well. So, like, I kind of assumed Keefe was going to be gone right from the get-go. That was my assumption. But I think it would be... Personally, I think it would be very strange if Keefe stays and Dubas is gone. But, I don't know, maybe that's just me. I don't know. It's going to be a very, very interesting offseason. I mean, I think it was always going to be an interesting offseason for sure. But, especially with just how it went down, I feel like it makes it even more interesting. So, anyways, we got 8:26 here left to go in the first. Shots are 4-11 in favor of Vegas. I'll be honest, I haven't paid too much attention to this game. Mostly talking about that, the Dubas situation. There's Robertson trying to find it in the corner. And that plays up ahead. Smith will get it in, and it goes right on Ottinger, and he'll hold on. Now shots 12-4. Did you hear Jason Spezza also resigned today? Basically because he only wanted to work with Kyle Dubas. Yeah, that is... I didn't know if it was confirmed or not yet. Maybe the last that I saw it, I thought it was just speculation. But if it's 100% confirmed that he's gone. Yeah, okay, he is gone as well. Damn. That yeah, like that kind of makes me wonder about the players in the locker room and how they feel about that as well. Right? Like, which, I mean, honestly, at this point, who kind of cares about them? Like, hey, win a series if you want to keep your GM. Even though, you know, apparently they wanted to re-sign Dubas anyways. But still, like, the one positive I would say about a new GM coming in is it basically, I feel like this new GM will trade one of Mitch Marner or William Nylander. Yeah, I do too. I think probably Nylander's gone. I'll be honest. I don't know if it would have happened if Dubas stayed, but with a new GM coming in, I think he's almost 100% gone, which sucks a lot. But the one positive thing that I will say is with a new GM coming in, I think the players will be a lot less comfortable, and hopefully will play better. The one thing with Kyle Dubas is, you know, yes, he was, like, I think he was a good general manager, and he seems like a great person. Like, overall, you know, there's plenty of stories, but obviously the one that always sticks out in my mind is that Ilya Mikheyev's story. After, you know, he basically got his wrist cut in New Jersey, Kyle Dubas stayed with Ilya Mikheyev in the hospital for multiple days afterwards. Like, the team was even gone, and Dubas stayed with him. And I think that just shows, you know, how good of a person he actually is, which is great. But I do think that it maybe makes the players a little bit too comfortable. You know, Dubas was very honest as well, which I think, like, all of those aspects is a great thing that you would want to have in a boss. You know, being honest, you know, feeling for your, you know, quote unquote employees, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But with the general manager and with hockey, I feel like it is a little bit different. Like, yes, it's still a business and everything like that, but obviously it's a little bit of a different work environment in hockey than it is just anywhere else. So the fact that, you know, now that it maybe makes the players a little bit less comfortable and hopefully maybe makes them work a little bit harder would be very, very nice. Because, like, I don't know what it is. Like, if like Matthews and Marner and them in the playoffs felt so comfortable that they weren't going to get traded, if maybe that was an issue, that, you know, they were like, well, who really cares? Maybe they had a hard time getting motivated. Hopefully a new GM fixes that, but we'll see. There's a shot there by Hintz that gets blocked. Stars are on the power play, by the way. I wonder if the Leafs will have more candidates to choose from after the season is officially over, because teams could still fire general managers. Yeah, that's true. I mean, in particular, Brad Treliving. I know that he's... the Flames are basically saying that he's not allowed to talk to any teams after or before July 1st. Because, you know, technically, I think he's still under contract, or at least he's still getting paid. So the Flames are basically not allowing anyone to talk to him before July 1st. So, you know, personally, I don't think that I would like the Leafs to hire Brad Treliving, but that is just an example of, you know, a candidate there that they could hire. That puck goes up and out of play off of a stick. 34 seconds left to go on the power play. Oh, my clock. Well, yeah, because wrong clock. I don't really feel like changing it, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's I mean, I think I will still maybe make a video about this tomorrow morning. Well, at least release it tomorrow morning. I'll probably record it tonight. And and hopefully maybe have a little bit more structured thoughts. Because I definitely feel like my thoughts are all over the place. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting scenario for sure. Oh, good pass out front. Nice save by Adin Hill. Wow. Huge save by Hill right there. That was on Johnston. Let's see this again. So it's down low, and it's just a good pass out front, and Adin Hill just has his pad up against the post there. Yeah, it's a quick pass by Dodonov, and Adin Hill's just good position there. Makes the save. Have a good night, Bon. Thanks for stopping by. I could see a scenario where the GM gives Sheldon Keefe a chance, but if the Leafs start off slow, Sheldon Keefe will be gone. Yeah, see, I don't know. Like, to me, I don't think... Not that it should matter, but I disagree with that plan. Obviously... Oh, it's a 2-on-1 here for the Golden Knights. Here comes Stone with Stevenson. Stone shoots! And that goes wide. Might have been off the blocker there of Ottinger. Now Johnston gets the shot the other way. Adin Hill will hold on. Did Stone just miss this? I think he might have, just the way that he reacted. So yeah, he comes right out of the box. 2-on-1. He takes the shot himself, and I think I just missed completely. Yeah, like, the Leafs did that with Babcock, and I always felt like that was just not a good move. Like, it was pretty clear with the season before that, you know, Babcock's time with the Leaf was done, and they kept him for longer than they should have. And then eventually he got fired halfway through that 2019-2020 season. And it just always kind of felt strange. It always felt like you knew he was going to get fired. It was just a matter of when. And I feel like that they shouldn't do that again with Keefe. I think he should be gone, honestly. And like I said, I don't even think it's like because he's a terrible coach. You know, he has his flaws. It's just more of a, you know, sports is definitely a results-based, you know, results-based job, I guess. And, you know, Keefe has done well in the regular season for sure. He gets the results there, but not in the postseason. And honestly, that's all that matters. So I could see. I still think personally that he is gone, but I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. They're showing some highlights here from the first period. Ottinger making a lot of saves. This looked very, very good. I don't think this was on Kyle Dubas. I think this was on Shanahan. The Shanahan plan has failed, in my opinion, especially because he's been here since 2013, 10 years ago. Yeah, I mean, you know, honestly, like, right after the Leafs went out of the second round there, well, wraparound opportunity stopped by Ottinger. Yeah, I got you. I knew what you were saying. But yeah, right after, you know, the Leafs lost in the first round, you know, I was kind of like back and forth on whether Shanahan should get fired or not. I was kind of, you know, honestly iffy about it, but the more that I've thought about it, and also just how he handled this, like the firing of Dubas, I feel like he should go. I mean, yeah, he has been here long enough, and yeah, it's not worked. And he made the decision to fire Dubas too. It's not like, you know, it was I mean, the Leafs said they parted ways, but no, it was a firing. They were just kind of basically allowed to say that because Dubas didn't have another penalty slash Stone again. I think it was going to the box. But yeah, they basically were allowed to say that, you know, oh no, it's Stevenson. But yeah, they were basically allowed to say parted ways just because of the fact that, you know, Dubas didn't have any more years left in his contract. But yeah, I do think that Shanahan probably should be gone. And like Shanahan even said in his conference that his press conference that you know, he thought Dubas did a good job. And that it's not like any of his moves as a general manager was the reason that he was let go. It was because of his words in the press conference. Which is just very, I don't know. Like, I understand that, I would definitely understand it if Dubas kind of dropped that on him. But since he didn't, it's a little bit more confusing to me personally. That's just the way that I feel. And that puck goes into the Vegas bench, so play will be called. 4:13 left here to go in the first. A minute 36 seconds left to go in the power play. There's Ben and Pietrangelo having a little bit of a conversation. I know some people don't like these Vegas jerseys, but I love them. They do look a little bit weird on TV, for sure. Because it's really hard to see that sparkle to them if they're not zoomed in. But I still like them a lot, honestly. I'm glad that they went to them as their full-time homes. That's another offside there by the Stars. Pavelski to take this draw. It's one there by Carlson, and Pietrangelo will get it all the way down. Heiskanen over. Back for Heiskanen here. Dallas trying to get set up, get entered into the Vegas zone. And Vegas will get it to the line, and they say that it came out. Vegas's penalty kill against the Oilers was a 60%. Which obviously is not good. But, you know, it is against the Oilers power play, which as, well, it was the, you know, wasn't it the best power play in history, if I'm not mistaken? It was definitely up there, I knew that for sure, but I think it was the best. So, not overly surprising that it was that bad. Honestly, yeah, I probably should change the title to talking about Kyle Dubas firing and with a hockey game in the background. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, I knew, like, one of the main reasons that I wanted to stream this game was because of the Kyle Dubas firing. I was planning on streaming it either way. Honestly, I almost streamed yesterday because I knew, well, I saw that, you know, Nick from Twisted Wrister Hockey, I think he was going to live stream it, and then he canceled his live stream. I don't know, something. I thought he was going to live stream, and then, anyways, I saw that he wasn't, and I was like, well, maybe I'll stream that game. I think it could be fun. But man, I'm glad that I did not, because I would have not wanted to commentate a 4 overtime. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Golden Knights. Oh, and Howden sent it back in front, but Vegas couldn't get there. Howden tried centering it. Here's Eichel with it. And it's flipped back here into the Vegas zone. But yeah, I was glad that I decided against it. I was just like, yeah, trying to commentate a full game plus 4 overtimes, that's a lot. It was a good game, though. It was very fun. Just as a stream, I was glad I did not do that. And honestly, the main reason that I decided not to do it was because of the fact that I was like, well, you know, I streamed Florida's last 5 games, and I kind of hate Florida right now, so. That's a good little pass through by Howden, just wasn't going to the goal, and that shot from the point deflected up and out of play. The worst trade I think Kyle Dubas made was the Nazem Kadri trade. Yeah, I think that's easily the worst trade for sure. It's I understood it at the time, but in hindsight, it was really bad. You know, Barry was just not what the Leafs needed at all, and Kerfoot is Kerfoot. You know. But, like, I understand why he did it. Like, he almost was forced into it. You know, getting suspended twice in back-to-back series, it hurt the Leafs a lot in those series. I think, you know, if he didn't have that red mist, if he didn't go crazy and get suspended twice, the Leafs had a good chance at winning those series. But with him being gone, it hurt a lot. You know, he's a big effect player. Oh, that puck goes off the board strangely. Rope Hintz is from the net. They score! Jason Robertson gets the opening goal here off of a weird deflection from the sideboards. Goes right to Rope Hintz. Wow, what a strange one. So it's in behind the net. Pietrangelo wraps it around, and yeah, it just goes off the boards right into the middle, and it's a tip in front by Robertson. Gets past Hill. And right through the 5-hole of Hill. God, that's a tough one. That's just a tough one for the Golden Knights. They thought the puck was going to go all the way around, and it just hits something and goes right in front. Well, Dallas gets the first goal here. With only a minute and 10 left. Heiskanen with a shot. That tip again goes to the front and picked off by Stevenson. Dallas is 8-1 when scoring first in these playoffs. But Vegas is 5-3 when allowing the first goal. So both teams have a winning record in this scenario. But yeah, definitely the Kadri trade. I mean, and the funny thing too is the season after the Kadri trade, it's not like it looked that it's not like it looked horrible, because Kadri once again got suspended in the playoffs for a third time. Like he got suspended in 3 playoffs in a row. Just, you know, obviously the next season winning the cup kind of negates all of that, you know? So it's understandable why it looks so bad in hindsight here, but honestly, through the first year, it was kind of understandable, at least in my opinion. As that first period does come to an end. Like, they said on the broadcast a costly turnover, which, I mean, I guess it is, but, like, it's a weird bounce off the board. It's like, I wouldn't really call it a turnover. It's a little bit different, in my opinion, but whatever. Anyways, I think I'm going to play some hits while we chillax, while we wait. Boom, ba, boom, 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 boom. Wait to see if well, let's wait until my game actually gets started up here. Takes a bit. It also has some copyright music, so don't get me wrong, Kyle Dubas is a good general manager. However, some moves we shouldn't make, like letting Zach Hyman walk for nothing and signing Peter Mrazek, Nick Ritchie, trading for Murray, and Nazem Kadri trade. Yeah, like he definitely made some bad moves, and those are definitely some of them. I mean, the thing with those, I would say. Oh, I gotta change this. 1 second. There we go. This is 1. This is 0. This is first. There we go. Honestly, yeah, like letting Hyman walk for nothing. Honestly, I get that. That one I don't think is too bad. Like sometimes guys just leave for nothing. Could he have gotten some back, like some stuff back? Sure. I think like if I remember correctly, the Oilers were willing to trade for his signing rights, and I think it was just like a 7th, and Dubas wanted like I think a 6th or a 5th. That I kind of find strange. Like you might as well just go for it. You might as well just trade for the might as well just trade for the 7th, get something. But I don't think that's a huge deal in my opinion. I think it's just like whatever. Signing Mrazek was definitely a bad move, but I thought he did all right, at least you know, recovering from that. You know, yeah, you had to trade down a couple of picks, but all things considered, I think it's a fine move.
That had to leave a mark.
Nick Ritchie, yeah, that one just didn't work out very well. Matt Murray, I would say that is that's not a good trade. The Matt Murray one was a bad trade for sure. And yeah, the Nazem Kadri one as well. But you could say the same thing, like in a positive way. Like, you know, I think the Ryan O'Reilly trade this offseason was great. I'm surprised that went in. The Ryan O'Reilly trade I think was great. Jake Muzzin as well. Obviously, you know, Jake Muzzin after a few seasons was not as good, but you know, Jake Muzzin when he arrived in Toronto, I liked him a lot. There's definitely other ones I'm forgetting. Jack Campbell was a good trade as well, I would say. Was he like world beater? No, but I still thought he was good. And I'm fine with him leaving. Like I said, in my opinion, I think his worst moves were how he signed the top 4 guys. But he was still a new GM when he did that stuff, right? Like, you know, he was still trying to. Like, I'm trying to remember how long he was a GM when he had to make those deals, and I feel like it was, you know, only like a year or 2 in. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, like Matthews, because Matthews only got 5 years, right? I'm trying to remember the year length, and I can't remember at the moment. It's not at the top of my mind right now. But either way, you know, honestly, the fact that none of the big guys signed for 8 years, I think is, I think that's the biggest issue, is that none of the guys signed for 8 years. And I think you kind of want that, especially with Matthews. Letting Matthews only sign 5, I think was a mistake. Especially allowing him to go right to UFA as well.
Koivu grabs the loose puck.
But at the same time as well, like, you basically have to sign him. Like, you basically have to give him everything that he wants. It's Austin Matthews. He's the best player, in my opinion, that the Leafs have ever had.
Catches him with his head down. We're done with this.
I know some people think the John Tavares signing was a mistake. However, when Kyle Dubas signed Tavares, he was probably a top 10 player in the league. Yeah, if you want to say that one is a mistake, like, I understand. I understand it both ways. Because here's the thing, like, John Tavares has been exactly what the Leafs have asked for. He's been literally consistent the entire time he's been with the Leafs. He's a point-per-game player basically every single year, and he's a good second-line center. I think it's exactly what the Leafs were expecting. And is he worth $11 million? Maybe not, but he was also, he was also getting offers for a lot more than 11. Which maybe you want to say, if you're the Leafs, all right, well, let them sign that then, and he's not worth 11. But the Leafs thought he was. The Leafs thought that he was worth $11 million. I would maybe, at this point, I don't think he is, but we knew that like the last couple of years of the contract was not going to look as great. And like I wouldn't even say that it's looked awful. I mean, think back 2 weeks ago. Little over 2 weeks ago now, maybe 3 weeks ago, however long it was. But he literally scored the game-winning goal in overtime to send the Leafs to the second round. So, like, I don't know. Like, I think if you maybe want to say it's a mistake, I think it's mostly just because of the fact that you could have kept Kadri as that second-line center. Kadri is a good enough second-line center that you didn't need another center. Maybe you needed a defenseman. And I think at that point in time, it maybe could have helped. Like, controlling the puck. Pass to Sundin. I don't want to say it was a mistake, but maybe just a miscalculation is maybe how I would phrase it. Which is maybe just saying a mistake, but in lighter terms. I did not mean to hit the goalie.
Doesn't believe that call.
Scoring here could really shift the momentum.
Successful on the draw. Crash, bam, yes!
Crash, bang, yes.
I guess being short a skater doesn't necessarily have to be a disadvantage.
Get destroyed. Oh, damn. Actually lost a face-off.
Get the marshmallows ready. This team can go on fire.
That'll give them a chance to.
Oh, I didn't realize I was still controlling Belfour.
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to stay in the net. Oops, too late.
Yeah, exactly. I did not realize that I was still controlling Belfour. I thought I had switched. I did not switch. That is funny. That is very, very funny.
Johansson back to Koivu. He shoots the puck. Save! Mogilny. Mogilny takes the puck up ice. Caberlet. The shot by Colsey. Audette picks up the puck. It's played back. Cut off.
All right, good
by
block.
Sundin.
Stop up.
Now Caberlet.
Bad one-timer.
He feeds Audette. Back to Koivu. Koivu. It's played
I love how just half the time Caberlet is the one forechecking. There's just no. Oh my God! What a save! There's just absolutely no positioning in this game.
Caberlet stopped by Colsey. Logan was in great position for that rebound. Koivu back to Johansson.
All right.
Koivu controlling
Interesting
the puck.
move.
Johansson, it's passed back. Now Koivu, solid stop. Sundin gets the puck up ice. Picked off by Johansson. Pass to
Oh, it was a bad turnover.
The clock is
All right.
down for period number 2.
Let's go into period number 3. Let's get this finished up with. Wait a second. A 4-1 lead heading into the third. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh.
Sundin gets the draw.
Let's change that.
Been set ablaze.
Dang.
The puck by
Really
Kobe.
hoping that that would go in.
Sundin picks up the puck. He plays
Make it
up.
5-1.
Oh,
There you go.
I think the fans are almost at the breaking point.
He received and shot it all in one motion. Nice. He's great on those one-timers.
Sundin is successful on the draw. Now Mogilny. Kolzig. He sent it to
So,
Koivu. He plays it over.
send the fans
Sending him a
home
total. Sundin.
with another goal here. Come on.
Johan
Get out of
controlling
here.
the puck. He feeds puck up to Audette. Fed back to Johansson.
Oh, huge block, except for you just left the puck there.
To Audette.
It was
Koivu.
a great,
What a bold
great job
push
blocking the
that
pass,
was.
but then he just left it for some
Pass
reason.
by Mogilny.
Right, stop up,
Now
pass
Mogilny.
back, boom.
Cover, shoots
Huge
it.
block,
Shoot
Sundin.
by Koivu.
Massive. It's exactly what I want to see.
Good save.
Helping the other
Throws
team.
it to Audette. Cover just nails him.
Oh, great save.
Denied. Mogilny made the most
Oh
of
my
every
God.
opportunity. Coles stopped by Caberlet.
Hey, he may allow 5 goals, but he's not allowing the 6th. You know what I'm saying? He's Grant Fuhring right now. He is Grant Fuhring right now. Oh, just kidding.
The Canadiens could still win, but it's what you call a very long shot.
Great goal
I-
on the backhand
I'm gonna be
right
honest,
there.
brother, I
It's a
don't
lost
think
art
they
for
can
the
still
backhander.
win.
Looks like this guy's bringing it back.
Koivu wins the draw. Pucks size to Sundin.
Good save.
Tees it up.
Oh, man.
Is sent by Kolzig.
I wanted to go on the backhand, honestly.
Now Caberlet. That'll knock off a few years. Koivu picks up the puck. Belfort.
All right, let's go Belfour.
Stripped
Oh,
by
no.
Koivu.
Get back.
Sundin controlling
All right.
the puck.
Huge.
Puck to Mogilny.
Go, 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 Belfour. Get it.
Johansson takes the shot.
That was close, all right.
Caberlet now with the puck. The puck won by Audette. I guess that's what you'd call the physical component of the game.
It was
Now
a
Koivu.
huge pass that missed everyone.
Mogilny. He feeds to
All right, just a
Sundin.
minute left.
Mogilny, a save. Johan moves the to Koivu. By Sundin.
Don't
Ow.
you just love all this hitting?
I hit the
I was
goalie
sure
and then
he'd
still
drop the
scores.
glove and blocker, you know what I mean.
Oh, Patrick, let's go. Damn, get out of here.
Sundin gets the puck on the draw. Sent
I realize that I say that a lot when playing this game. I don't know why I say it so much,
He sends it over. Sent
but
to
I
Koivu.
do say it a lot.
Terminated. Sundin picks up the puck. Shoots. Blocked. The puck by Sundin.
The hitting's hardcore in this one.
The attack
Oh, I just
by
completely missed the
Kolzig.
puck.
In all alone.
No.
Johansson. Caberlet. He gets it off. A stop. Whipped up by Kolzig. It's passed ahead. Koivu. A solid check there. Mogil skating with the puck.
Back
now
here.
Koivu. It's moved back. Nice by Caberlet.
Get another one.
Shoots.
No,
By
no.
Mogil brings the puck up ice.
Oh, well.
Kolzig sends it to Johansson.
Where's the tripping call?
Back to Audette. Audette has got some room.
Good job, Belfie. Let's go.
Over to Sundin. Save.
Come on, I want another one.
Delivered by Mogilny.
We want
Now
8.
Koivu.
We want
Sends
8.
it over.
We did not get
And
8.
that will do it for this game.
Oh, that was a little unfair. 49-12 were the shots. Jeez. No, I want gone. Thank you. Who won the Rocket Richard in 2001, 2002? Was that Jerome McGinley's year? I don't think it was. I think it was probably Timo Solani. But no, it was McGinley. Alright, I got it right. Alright. I guessed it right, but I also second-guessed myself. So. Oh, actually, I want this one. I keep forgetting that I'm on my scene is called Livestream 2. So I was testing this one, and then I have not changed it. Oh yeah, I guess I should show... here, we're playing the Islanders next. Take a look at the playoff tree. So, Colorado beat Edmonton 4-1. Arizona, or Phoenix, I guess, what they're, called in this game. They weren't quite Arizona yet. Beat Nashville 4-1. Islanders beat the Lightning 4-2. We've got Leafs, Islanders, Colorado, and Phoenix. We'll play that probably next intermission. to be honest. How about other moves I forgot? Trading for Jared McCann and him leaving unprotected so you could protect Justin Hall. Trading a first-round pick for Nick Foligno. Yeah, the whole Jared McCann thing, that is definitely that was an interesting one for sure. I definitely disagree with that thought process there. Kyle Dubas' thought process, I should say. Oh god, I gotta sneeze again. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, the whole Jared McCann thing was weird. And I disagree with how they went about that. They definitely should not have protected Justin Hall. And I also want to make sure that I do this. But the Nick Foligno thing, honestly, like, I actually don't mind that as much. You know, obviously Nick Foligno ended up being a bad trade, but that's because he got his back injured. He had a back injury. If it wasn't for that, I honestly think that he would have been fine. But like there's a lot of trade deadline acquisitions that you could look at for Dubas and say, you know, that didn't work out. But I honestly don't know if I really fully blame Dubas for most of them. Not all of them. You know, some of them, you know, you can maybe put on him, but pass out front and Eichel couldn't get the shot away. Someone got a little bit of a stick in there, so he couldn't get the proper shot. Theodore at the point. Into the corner here. Marchessault couldn't get it around. Lindell and Hintz will play it up ahead. It's tipped in, but it's still going to be an icing call against the Stars. But yeah, like, yeah, I have a hard time blaming the Foligno thing fully on him, but yeah. At the time, I thought the Jake Muzzin trade was good. However, now that he's never going to play hockey again, it looks a bit rough. See, like, I have a hard time really, like, thinking about every trade like that. Because, like, Muzzin was, once again, Muzzin was good up until he was injured. And, like, you look poorly back on that trade just because of the fact that the Leafs never won a round with Jake Muzzin. But, you know, he was really good when he first came to Toronto. And if they were able to win a round with him here, well, with him playing, I should say, you know, I think you look back on it a little bit differently. But, like, how much do you really blame that on the general manager? Like, and that shot with Howden in front gets gloved down by Ottinger. Yeah, it's just like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it was so long ago, too. Like, that trade was so long ago that I have a hard time saying, like, that it was a bad trade. If you get what I'm trying to get at here. It's just like, I don't know. I think it was a good trade, and it just hasn't worked out. I think that is maybe how I look at it personally. Or at least it didn't end in a series win. Not even that it didn't work out. Like, I think, you know, the Murray and Nick Ritchie and Peter Mrazek, I think those are, you know, trades and signings that you can look at and go, yeah, those are bad. But You know, like, when Foligno and both Muzzin came in, like, people were excited about that. And Muzzin in particular, you know, he was good for a while before getting injured. And Foligno, I mean, he got injured pretty quickly. I don't even think he played too many regular season games. Like, I feel like it was only, like, 3 before he got injured. I might be wrong on that, but it wasn't a lot. I know that for sure. And so it's kind of hard to fully evaluate that. I don't know. I mean, I guess it kind of, I guess it just depends on how you take a look at, or how you decide to assess trades like that. Like, for me, that's just not how I look at it personally, but, oh, a good pass out front, and they couldn't capitalize. Another opportunity swept away. Dallas keeps it in. Now here's Suter. Back shot. Deflected in front. Gets blocked. McNabb will backhand it up ahead. And Kolesar will play it in. It's close there. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's dependent on how you assess trades. If you take a look at the entire thing or not. I don't know. I personally have a hard time doing it like that because, you know, the general manager can't see into the future. They have no idea if the guy's going to get injured or not. Like, it's maybe a little bit of a different story with, Philadelphia? Is that who got Ellis? Right? Yeah, Philadelphia. Because, you know, Ryan Ellis has had... He had an injury history before going to Philadelphia, and, you know, that trade kind of looks bad because, you know, Ellis hasn't played a whole lot of games in Philadelphia, but I think it's a different story in terms of Muzzin and Foligno, at least in my opinion. Shots 15-18 in favor of the Golden Knights. That's played off the boards back into the Vegas zone. Dallas will get it back in, but Pietrangelo's on it. Fed ahead. Here comes the Golden Knights. Mark Stone to the front. Oh, how'd that not go off a body and in? Another opportunity goes wide. Now Miller feeds it up ahead. For Robertson, he stops up, gives it to Lindell. He plays it up ahead. Pavelski gets that knocked off his stick. Now here's Martinez. Stone gets it back for Martinez, who couldn't handle that puck. And good job by Pietrangelo to get in front of Wyatt Johnston there. Now here's Smith. Riley Smith will take that shot. Goes off the foot of Ottinger. Ben will just get it out. Back at the point here. Theodore up ahead. Vegas back in. Here's Carlson trying to make a move to the front. Poked off a stick. It's still loose. Now poked away to the side. Close. Do I know anything about CHL jerseys? I want to buy one. Not really, no. Do I have a CHL jersey? Let's see. But overall, not really. I don't know, honestly, a whole lot about the other leagues in terms of buying their jerseys. The ones that I do have, yeah, I don't have any CHL. I have WHL and AHL. Any CHL. But do not have any CHL jerseys. Yeah, Growlers are ECHL. Yeah. Oh, here's coming in. Marchessault shoots off the mask of Ottinger. Fed out front again. Cleared there. Yeah, I have a few WHL, but most of the Wow, how is that not ice? Interesting. Most of my, other jerseys I got, like, those jerseys, I got through eBay and, like, Kijiji and stuff like that. Not directly from those team stores. I have thought about getting, the Abbotsford Canucks are WHL, I assume, right? No, are they? Where are the Abbotsford Canucks? What league are they in? No, they're in the AHL. But I thought about buying an Abbotsford Canuck jersey because it has the Johnny Canuck logo. But I never pulled the trigger just because they're a little bit more than I want. Favorite CHL jersey? Let me look them up. Let me look up the CHL jerseys. I'll be honest, off the top of my head, couldn't tell you. Let me look up just CHL jerseys. Okay, well, this is not the CHL that I wanted. There we go. Back looks awesome. I don't know. Trying to find a site that shows all of them. I've not been able to. Yeah, that stone pass just went right through, and I'm not sure who that was in front, but they did a good job lifting the stick of Howden there. Ooh, and Sagan goes down from a shot block in front. Ooh, and yeah, Sagan has to go. Sagan went back in the room, but he's out now. Want to collect cards again? Collecting cards is fun. I mean, I'm very much. I mean, obviously, I'm a collector, but yeah, I haven't collected cards in a long time. But when I was a kid, I loved collecting cards. It's fun. Fun to look at them. Fun to collect them. For some reason, my feed has stopped. I do not know why. Why is my feed stopped? Hello. Go. One moment. All right. We're back. Just had to refresh. My brother's got assigned Larkin Young Guns. Damn. That is very, very cool. That's dope. Here's Eichel coming in. Goes around the net. Back at the point, stops up. Ooh, gets around Haskin and breaks his ankles, fed out front. And it goes back to the point. Here's Theodore with a shot. Stopped. Rebound! Oh, good save by Ottinger. And that's cleared. Goes all the way down. It's going to be an icing call against the Stars, but great stop there by Ottinger. On a good little play there by Eichel. So Eichel comes down low here around the net. And he stops up, breaks the ankles of Haskin in there, and then feeds it out front. It eventually goes back to the point, and there's Theodore with the shot. Ottinger couldn't glove it down, which allowed Eichel to get the rebound and just gets across in time. There's a shot that gets deflected wide. Stevenson can't keep it in. McNabb has to play it back. Set up ahead. Here's Mark Stone. In. Plays it down low. Back to the point. Here's a shot. And that's stopped. Houghton trying to find the rebound. Goes it back to the point. McNabb. Theodore. That gets blocked by Johnston. He's on 1:05 in his shift. He goes off to the bench as the Golden Knights are trying to rush back in. Stevenson in. Plays it back to the point. No one's there, though. So it comes out. Whitecloud over. Back for Whitecloud. We'll play it in. Stars trying to clear the line. Able to do so. But Vegas trying to get right back in here. Riley Smith on it. This long change. Making it really tough on the Dallas defensemen. Heiskanen and Sutter have both been out there for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Carlson behind the net. Back to the point. Whitecloud shoots. That goes wide. Rebound. And they score. William Karlsson. Off the backboards right to Karlsson. He had a wide open net. Game is tied. Damn. Crazy, crazy. Let's see here. So it's fed down low here for Karlsson, who goes behind the net. Back to the point there, and the shot just goes off the backboards and right to Karlsson. He had a wide open net. That's a tough one for Ottinger. I wonder if that was intentional by, I think that's Whitecloud. I wonder if that was intentional or not. Might have got tipped, so I don't think it was. But still. Hey Rick, how's it going? Darts carts are going to be expensive? Yeah, they definitely will be. They definitely will be. Karlsson's 6th goal of the playoffs ties us up here. Whitecloud and Roy with the assists. Boy, Kiviranta couldn't get the shot away. Oh, that was a good opportunity for him. Just when he shot it, he just left the puck behind. Completely missed it. The Knights will get it right back in, going to that forecheck again. Spent a lot of time in the offensive zone. Pass out front. Back to the point, and they score! Oh no, they say it's no goal. Pulled off the line by Foxa. Now it's fed up ahead. Here's Jason Robertson. Can't get around Pietrangelo. He's collapsed on by a couple of Golden Knights. It's kept in at the line, and that shot goes wide. That was close. Still in the Vegas zone here. Barbashev. Missed Pietrangelo on that pass. Play back in deep. Here's Martinez. He'll just lob it to center there. Relieve that pressure for the Golden Knights, who are now on the forecheck. That puck played in, and it goes right on Ottinger, who will hold on. I want to see this again. It was a shot from the point, I think, by Martinez. Oh, and it just goes right off the post and pulled off the line by Foxa. Wow, and Hanley as well. Or Harley. It was Harley and Fosca. That's crazy. Still trying to figure out what to do with that person that X does in my favorite teams. Like I said, man, you literally... I mean, if you had already reported him to YouTube, there's nothing that you can do. Like, just do your... I know it's easier said than done, just to forget about him, but that's all you can do at this point, man. All you can do. Yeah, that was a very, very close goal there. Well, non-goal. Just pulled right off of the line. Yeah, yeah. I know, Rick. Like I said, man, like just block them and forget about them is all you can do. I know it's easier said than done. It's a lot harder to just completely forget about it when people are that rude to you. But yeah, at that point, then there's nothing you can do, and you just gotta forget about them. There's Harley there. Yeah, just the shot from the point. It squeezes through Ottinger and just pulled off the line. Close, close, close. Maybe a slightly early celebration by Barbashev there, but still, like, I don't know what else you can do there. Still trying to think about getting him terminated for false copyright infringement. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, unless they have something that's actually copyrighted, it's not going to do anything. Unfortunately, it's not gonna do anything. Pretty sure he's a Trump supporter too. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be surprising. It would not be surprising. Theodore plays it up ahead here. Tried to feed it out front and that gets knocked away, turned over. Here's Howden back to the point. Theodore over. McNabb holds on, makes a move, cuts towards the middle, and that's knocked off his stick. Now Domi feeds it up ahead. Here's Seguin with some room. He shoots. Oh, off the crossbar. Oh, man. And that's cleared all the way down. Icing call. How's your day today? It was all right. Doing okay? It's good. Yeah, it's all right. So here's Domi with the good poke check there. And then just off the boards. Right to Seguin there. A good bounce pass. And Seguin with the shot, I think goes off the arm of Hill and then off the post. And for a drive down to the barn by your house. Nice, very, very cool. That puck gets played into the Dallas bench there. They'll redo this draw here. But it's a good job by McNabb here as well. That I think got his stick in the way a little bit of Seguin. Yeah, a good job by McNabb to get back on his horse there. So at least if he didn't get any of his stick on it, at least maybe rush Seguin into a shot that maybe he didn't want to fully take. Carlson with it in the neutral zone here. Now here's Roy. I think it is Roy and not Waugh. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, a turnover. Here's Barbashev. Oh no, sorry, that's Smith. Smith in for Waugh. Or Roy. What is it? I was trying to listen on the broadcast and then I psyched myself out. Robertson trying to forecheck, but taken away by Pietrangelo. Dallas turns it over. Here's Glendening. Oh, tried to make a fake pass. Gets it back. Shot! And that gets blocked in front. Harley couldn't get it to Glendening. Marchessault. Out to Pietrangelo. Eichel. Over on the far side to Marchessault. He brings it in. Throws around Hanley. Shoved against the boards here. Now White Cloud. Barbashev. Shot from the point. And that's stopped by Ottinger. Eichel in the corner battling for it. It's poked free. Goes back to the Dallas defenseman. Kiviranta gets pressured there by White Cloud, who's pinching in. Pinned along the boards, comes free for Harley to Hanley. That's fed up. And Dallas trying to poke it out of the zone. They finally do. Battle along the sideboards here. And played in by Foxa. Woman fall downstairs. Yeah, I mean, they suck. They do suck, Rick. And like I said, I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. Here's Ben. Shot. Stopped away. Rebound opportunity. Johnston couldn't capitalize on that. Miller will flip it back out to center. Theodore. Ooh, almost turned it over there. That was risky. That was played in by Stone. Miller on it first. Ooh, gets hit hard there by Carrier. Ben. Tried to feed it up ahead for Johnston. Shea's there first. Shea Theodore, that is. Vegas. Now in the zone. Stone plays it around the net. Stevenson stops up here. Gets collapsed on by a couple of Dallas Stars. That puck comes back to the point. A shot by Martinez stops there. Now Stevenson trying to find it. He puts it in deep. Martinez out front. Haskin stops that play. He'll grab a hold of it. Beats it up ahead for Domi. Domi for Donov there, who played in. Oh, turnover shot! Good stop by Aiden Hill on a really bad turnover. I don't know who that Vegas defenseman was, but man, Sutter. The Dallas defenseman, a huge opportunity there. So, I want to see. So yeah, it was a turnover to Suter. Was just all alone. It was Martinez with the turnover and a good save there by Aiden Hill. Yeah, I don't know, Rick. I do not know. But yeah, not the greatest. Not the greatest guy indeed. So we got just about 5 minutes here left to go in the second. Been a pretty good game so far. Good chances on both sides. A little tired. I think I'll probably have to do my Dubas video like right after, because I am very, very tired indeed. That 4 OT game last night just really made me tired. Yeah, we'll have to. Not quite too sure how I want to structure that video. I'll figure it out. There's Domi. Domi in his third playoffs was the third team. Been with Montreal, Carolina as well. Here's Kiviranta. Seguin with a shot. Shrugged away by Hill there. And a little bit of a surprising shot. I'm Shocked that Hill kind of found that. Now it's fed up ahead. Here come the Golden Knights. Shot there by Kolesar. Knocked away. Hanley up ahead. And did that miss everyone? Yeah, it did. So it's going to be an icing call against the Stars there. So yeah, they're showing that first goal again, which, like I said, just honestly, really bad luck. But yeah, then Vegas with that one off the backboard. So kind of 2 plays off the boards, one to help Vegas, one to hurt Vegas. Game is tied because of it. Just at 1 though. Stars can't clear it. Sent right back in. Oettinger out to play it. But along the side boards there. Kept in. Pietrangelo with a shot. And that's tipped wide. Bosca. Gonna get it out again. Oh, nice. Some good pressure here. Now it finally comes out. Here's Pietrangelo. Right back in. Roy has a chance out front to Smith, and he couldn't stuff it home, and a penalty coming against the Stars there. Maybe on Smith? Alright, well. No, Smith obviously not the guy to get the call, but yeah, it's a slashing call. Sagan going to the box there. I think he slashed Smith, is what I was trying to say. No, he slashed Roy there. So, a late power play opportunity for the Knights here. 3:32, sorry, left to go in the period. We'll see if they can capitalize on this one here. Vegas wins the draw here. Eichel back to the point. Here's Marchessault. Plays it in deep. Stevenson tried to feed it to Stone in front, and it missed him. Dallas able to play it all the way down the ice there. Theodore up ahead for Stone. Stone, a back pass there to Eichel, who will bring it in. Eichel. Shot there by Marchessault, and that's stopped by Oettinger. .32 seconds gone here in the power play. So it's a good entry here by Eichel. A nice pass over to Marchessault. There's a lot of time, and that kind of just goes right on Oettinger. A pretty easy save there for him. Battle off the draw, comes free for the Golden Knights, and that pass back to Theodore hops over his stick. Vegas has to come back in. Marchessault gets hit there by Lundell, but the puck gets played around. Played in. Oh, Marchessault just couldn't handle that pass. Eichel to Stevenson. Back for Eichel. Theodore to Eichel again. Just waiting. Ooh, kind of lost control of the puck for a second, but now he's on it. Eichel in deep. Oh, and tried to feed it out front. Marchessault didn't have a stick on the ice, so it just went right through the crease. Marchessault on the sideboards here. It's it back to the point. Stevenson. Theodore. Eichel again. 34 seconds left here to go in the power play. Theodore with a shot. That gets stopped. Theodore can't hold the line. It gets cleared right by him. Theodore back in. It's fed to the sideboards there. Carlson back for Theodore. Eichel on it here. Shoots. And that gets blocked away. Oh, and miscommunication there by Stone and Eichel. They're able to keep it in, though. Marchessault. Theodore. Eichel in front. And that's Fenn on the pass there. And they were trying to feed Sagan out of the box. It just missed him. Theodore on it first here. He gets it off the glass there. It's going to be an icing call against Vegas, though. They were trying to spring someone up high. Tried to catch Dallas on the change, but unable to do so. So yeah, there's the Eichel pass to Marchessault, and he just hops over his stick. Then the Theodore shot there. Blocked in front. Some good opportunities there by Vegas on the power play, just not able to capitalize on anything. Johnston. Okay, so they said Wah on the broadcast there. As that puck goes up and over. So, the Golden Knights will be able to make a change there. But I've heard Wah and Roy. So I don't know, man. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Vegas has 20 faceoffs won. Dallas with 18. So close here. Then to take the draw. Lost there. And Whitecloud will play it over. Haig up ahead for Smith. And he'll just play it in. Ottinger back around for Suter. Now here's Jamie Benn. Gets in. Will play it in behind the net. Dodonov trying to go after it here. It's played up the sideboards, and Carlson tries to feed it up ahead for Smith. Just went off his stick. Suter. Dallas coming the other way there. It goes off the skate of Ben. He wasn't able to handle it, but now it's tipped back into the Vegas zone. Ooh, Aiden Hill with a little bit issue handling that puck, for a moment at least. Good forecheck by Dallas there, but they couldn't come up with the puck. Now it's in here. Big hit there by Kolasar on the forecheck. Ooh, and that's batted away, but Dallas are in the zone here. Pavelski out front, and that's stopped by Hill. Another just clear by the Vegas Golden Knights. Not enough for icing, though. With 4 seconds here left to go in the period. A hit there, but Pavelski will just play it up the boards, and the sound, or the horn sounds, I should say. We'll go to the second intermission. Tied at 1. Dallas with the goal in the first. Vegas answers back here in the second. Good game so far. But, no one taking the lead. Or in the lead, I should say, right now. We're going to go back to my hits, though. We'll play another game of hits. As we get closer and closer to the Stanley Cup, both in real life and in video game form. We'll wait until it's all loaded up before I actually switch, of course, as usual. It's always so loud in my ears, man. Always so loud. I never understood that. Like, why? I feel like video game intros are always the loudest thing possible, and I never understand it. And it's always like, it's not like it like smoothly transitions into the intro. It's always like right off the bat, just super loud. Hey James, how's it going? It's second. There we go. Good. It's good to hear. All right. So this is the start of our third round here. Eastern Conference. Playing against the Islanders. We'll see if we can sweep them like we did the Canadians. Man, I wish the Leafs could do that in real life. Sweep the Canadians. That would have been nice. No, instead we had to go up 4-1 or 3-1 in the series and then lose that, unfortunately. Classic.
Strap your helmets on tight.
I don't even know who would
Just
be
about
on.
underway.
Who would be on this Islanders team?
Sundin
Yashin.
successful on the draw. Lets it loose. Denied. Played to Yashin.
Yashin.
Cleaners by Caberlet.
Well, I can't.
Stopped by
Don't
Alger.
remember the
Sundin
numbers here,
gets a shot off. A save.
so I can't
Controlling the puck. Now Pekka. Intercepted
tell.
by Caberlet.
Pekka?
Sundin. A good back by Modano.
Modano?
Now with the puck. Shoots. Now Caberlet.
Yeah, well, I don't think Modano.
Caberlet comes up with the rebound. Mogilny gets it.
Don't think Modano was ever on the Islanders, so he must have gotten traded at some point.
Carries the mail up ice.
Unless I'm
Yash controlling the puck.
unless I'm mistaken, which is very possible. But
Now Modano.
yeah, I think Modano must have got traded at some point in this game.
Pekka. Alone in front. Now Yashin. Caberlet.
Just got 2 jerseys in the mail. Got the Tarasenko rookie jersey and a Neil Pence jersey. Nice.
Nice by Pekka. Mogilny catches him with his head down. Mogilny moves the puck up the ice. Puck
I
by Modano.
I always
Yash
just
gets
have
alone.
no idea when they're gonna hit me and when they're not. It's so bad.
Taken out. Sundin controlling the puck. Solid attack made by
Like I
Yashin.
really thought he was gonna poke check
To
me,
Modano.
and then he
Now
just didn't.
Pekka. Mugged by Mogilny.
Yeah, that's right. Get poke checked, Dumbo.
Shoots. A stop. Played to Pekka. All alone. Bell.
Probably
Bell
the only
throws
person
puck.
who likes the Reebok piping.
One
I don't
timer. Save.
mind it.
Pekka picks it
Um,
up. Enough by Belfour. Hit me, baby, one more time. Caberlet.
Like specifically, actually, with the with those Reebok St. Louis jerseys, I do actually like the piping on those because
By Caberlet.
it's
Don't you
kind of
just
in the
love all
style
this
of like an
hitting?
arch. So you know, the St. Louis arch.
Gives him away
I think it actually fits pretty well with the other teams, and not so much. But how did he not put that in? What? Oh my God! There we go. And just walk out front.
Lights it up with the initial goal.
Looks like the poke check was the wrong move there.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, the other Reebok piping on the other teams, I'm a little bit less happy about. I still don't hate it like some other people, but I definitely don't like love it, I would say.
Lets a slap shot go. Stop by Belfour. Hit by Yashin. Sundin. Now
Oh, that's
Yashin.
bad, hey?
Yash all alone.
Okay, well, you just decided to stop in front for no reason.
Now Mogilny. Sundin skating with the puck. Up. Check by Sundin. Caberlet. Moves the to Yashin. Played to Modano. Fire.
I don't know why he's so far
Yashin
back.
grabs the loose puck.
Uh,
Fires. Shot
ooh,
denied.
I almost allowed
Caberlet.
a goal there by fucking glancing.
Sundin. Shot blocked. It's moved up.
Uh-oh. All right, we're fine. Right?
It's played back. Makes the shot. And so ends the period.
I'm stocking up on Reeboks and Adidas because with Fanatics, because we're stuck with Fanatics for a while. Yeah, I'm still kind of waiting to stock up on
another period of action.
Reebok jersey or on Adidas jerseys, I should say. I'm waiting until like we actually get like a big sale, which I assume is probably going to happen at the start of you know, next off season.
It's played ahead.
Assume that's when we're going to get those like big sales.
Caberlet, he gets a shot off. Now Pekka. Sending him
Do you think
a
there's any chance the
off the puck.
new GM could convince John Tavares to waive his no movement
Skating
clause?
with the puck, played
No,
up to Caberlet.
I don't think so. I think if
Tees it up.
anyone were to be able to convince him, I think maybe Dubas would have been able to.
Mogil picks up the puck. Thrown up to
But
Caberlet.
from what he said,
Puck by Modano. Caberlet
I don't
shoots it. Pekka.
like what Tavares said
By Mogilny.
on Monday. I don't think that
By Caberlet.
he has any intentions on waiving it.
To Sundin.
Once
by Caberlet. Mogil carefully
Don't
grabs
I
it.
just
The
don't think
puck
it's happening.
by Modano. All alone. Solid stop. Played to
Do you
Sundin.
think Fanatics is going to make the All-Star
Here's
jersey
a
next
shot.
year?
Good save.
I assume not. I assume Adidas will still make it.
To Modano. Mogilny. Stop.
Because like they
Mogilny.
do still have that last year there.
Start playing with fire.
Um,
A big by Sundin. A
And you know, it's not like it's not like there's not going to be any new jerseys next year. Like, we still got, you know, the Winter Classic and Stadium Series, and also, you know, the new Flyers jersey and the supposedly new Jets jersey as well. So I don't think Fanatics will make them next year, but obviously the year after for sure.
Let's it go. By Osgood. Fed up to Pekka. Yashin. A save.
Tavares isn't going anywhere. He's the captain of his hometown team. Yeah, I mean, he has said that, you know, he does not want to. He doesn't want to move. And like, I do not blame him, you know. What are you doing, Belfour? Oh, belly. Buddy.
Now with the puck. A shot. Saved by Osgood. Shot in. Mogilny in front alone.
Let's get the shot. Let's get the puck on goal.
Shot. Pass back to Pekka. Mogilny just nails him. Mogilny.
Oh no.
Play to Modano. Gets alone in front.
Good save. Good save.
By Belfour.
Get out of my way, Sundin, bro.
Now Pekka.
Oh, huge stop there. Rob Belfour.
Crash, bang, boom. Caberlet gets the puck up ice. Sundin. Picks up
Do you think there's any chance that the GM could trade Matthews, Marner, and Nylander all? Well, I don't think he'll trade all of them. I sure hope not. I don't know why you would.
Hold a one-goal lead in a defensive game.
These guys should keep.
Yeah, I don't think you're trading all of them. I think it's one of them is going, and I think it's going to be Nylander. That's what I assume. Matthews is going to the Utes. Yeah, I kind of doubt it. If Matthews is going anywhere, I don't think he wants to go to the Coyotes with all of that uncertainty. And also with the fact that, you know, they're probably moving. Don't. Like, I'll be honest, I never really saw Matthews going to the Coyotes, but especially after the news this week, I don't think that's happening. Welcome back, Rick.
Now Pekka. A good by Mogilny. A hit by Pekka. Mogilny doing some nice move with the puck. The team Inferno
I almost just hit the goalie. That would have been bad.
Takes him right out of the play. Terminated. Sun shoots. Hit by Sundin.
What a save.
Everyone's playing physical tonight.
It's played up. Did anyone catch the number of that train? Mogilny. Pass back to Caberlet.
I tried to get the shot away, but I tried way too late. Oh my god, how did he make that save? That was massive. He like faked the shot and everything. I don't even know how you do that. How do you fake a shot in this game?
Let go. Solid stop. A solid hit. Passes across.
Oh man.
Puck by Yashin.
Is there any chance this new GM keeps the core four together? I mean, I think there is a chance just because of the fact that maybe he doesn't find a trade for one of the guys that he likes. But, I don't know. I would assume that one of them is gone, but I don't know. Maybe not. I would like to think so, though, to be honest. That's kind of what I hope so. Think the Yotes might keep their name if they move? Yeah, I mean, I don't really have. I don't see why they wouldn't, unless they want to. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess they could change their name, but honestly, I also would not be surprised if they kept it.
This one's turned into a hit bonanza.
Like, it's a decent name, so might as well keep it.
Controlling the puck. Pekka feeds it to Modano. Shoots. Good save. Sent up by Belfour.
Did see the news for the new arena plans got rejected for the Coyotes? Yeah. I mean, like, what is Sundin doing? What? I switched to him and I was trying to move him and he just wasn't doing anything. Please don't score with 10 seconds left. Please don't score with 4 seconds left.
by Belfour. Intercepted by Sunday.
Jesus Christ.
And that
All right, that
will
was
for
close.
this game.
That was a close one. Jesus. I did not like that, I'll be honest. Oh, I keep forgetting the wrong one. There we go. There's the right one. But, yeah, like, I mean, obviously Bettman really does want to keep the Coyotes in at least Arizona. But, I don't know, I just have a hard time, really seeing them continuing this. Like, I think they're going to get an arena in Scottsdale. I mean, they need to get a new arena soon, basically. They can't continue... They can't continue playing in Mullet Arena. Like, you can't do that. That's not how... It's just not how that works. There's no way that they... Like, obviously they're going to play it for next season, but long-term wise, you can't continue to play in Mullet Arena. And it's crazy that it's even gotten to this point. But I just... I don't know, man. Sure, they'll move to Houston, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they stayed in Arizona. Like, the thing is like, I don't think... Like, I know some people are like, oh, they should move from Arizona. You know, it's not a hockey... not a hockey state, you know. They don't have... This is the fans supporting them. The way that I see it is, the reason that they don't have a lot of fans going to their games is because why would you? Like, unless you're a hardcore hockey fan. Like, if I was in Arizona, I'd probably go to a decent amount of games. Like, it would be fun. I wouldn't mind going there. But, like, if I lived in Tempe, like, I would go to quite a bit of Arizona games. Cheap tickets, and you get to watch a hockey team. Like, sure, I'll take it. But I understand if you're maybe more of a casual fan, or even just not even a casual fan, but like, I understand why you wouldn't want to go. Like, the team has been ass, and for a long time. They've not been a good, like, they've had one conference finals, and that was in 2012, in their entire existence. They just haven't been good. I understand why there's not a lot of support for the team there. And it's in a market where you do need to grow the game. Like, it's not like you're starting out in Canada where, you know, everybody is going to go pretty much no matter what. It's a lot different of a scenario there, and I feel like if they just had a good team, it would be different. Suns owner said he wouldn't decline the Yotes as a tenant. Interesting. I thought I heard differently, but if that's the case, then that's good. Like, I'm not against them moving, or I'm not against them staying in Arizona. I'm really not. It's just they need to figure it out. is where I kind of land on it. Like, if they wanna stay in Arizona, that's great. But man, they just it's not been great. Yeah, Phoenix can still support a team for sure. I agree with you there. I definitely think they can. It's a huge market, yeah. But it is also, like, not a traditional market. So you need to make sure that you're a good hockey team. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me like 2 seconds. Let's put that back on. Sorry, I think I muted my mic before I said be right back, so be right back. Sorry about that. I am back. Now a decade later, should Atlanta have been the team to move? Kind of uncanny seeing the jersey room empty. Yeah, apologies. I mean, I guess I do have a BRB screen that I could have used, but it's a lot of work. I was only gone for like 2 seconds anyways, so. But, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they should do with that team. It's interesting for sure. They got something to figure out there. That is for sure. All right. So start of the third period here. 1-1. Boxa gets that poked off his stick, but he's able to keep it in. Here's Kiviranta. Oh, good job by Eichel to knock that away. Kiviranta still on the forecheck here. White Cloud kicks it loose to Eichel. We'll bring it up here. Eichel, very, very visible all game. And his shot breaks his stick. Ooh, Barbashev kind of gets hit in the face. Just knowing where those Thrashers players ended up playing in Winnipeg. Yeah, it's just like... Yeah. Hold on. Pietrangelo with the shot. That goes wide. Oh, another opportunity. Stopped in front. Pietrangelo. Oh, Karlsson scores! William Karlsson. You can kind of feel that coming after a couple of chances there. Went wide for the Golden Knights. Karlsson gets the goal early here. So that shot gets blocked in front, and a good job by Karlsson to pick it up, actually, there. And makes a move on Hintz there, and just right under. I think he fanned on that shot. Yeah, I think he was trying to go above the glove there, but he fanned on it. And it goes underneath the pad. I mean, it worked either way for him. But very, very interesting. But I mean, Atlanta moved, though, going back to talking about Atlanta. Like they moved because of building. A building, right? You hear they're trying to build a $1.2 billion stadium in Atlanta. I did kind of hear a little bit about that, which I think is why there was rumors a few months ago about maybe the Thrashers coming back, or at least another Atlanta team coming back. I don't see the NHL going. I feel like it would be hard to go back to Atlanta for the third time. Like, that's just, it's weird to go back for a third time. If they are going to move the Coyotes, I think it would be to somewhere like Houston. You know, heard Salt Lake City is also kind of in the conversation as well. But, and they lost $160 million in the last 6 seasons. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot for sure. Oh, chance there. But, oh, Max Domi with the shot. That's gloved by Hill. And behind the net. Battle for it here. Haig and Domi going at it. Puck comes loose to the front. Sagan with a shot. Stop there by Hill. Now Domi in behind the net. Out front. Oh, and Sagan couldn't get the shot away. Now Domi on it. Good pressure here by the Stars. Domi will feed it in deep. That's cut off by Haig, who plays it up the boards. Eichel does a good job gathering that puck, feeds it up ahead. Marchessault on it. He'll play it in. Marchessault couldn't feed it back there. Now Lindell will grab a hold of it. Speaking of the Yotes, Domi Coyotes legend. Domi, 7 different teams legend. Yeah, that's going to be an icing call on Kolesar. He tried to catch up to it, but just was a little bit too late. That was a good chance by Domi there. Domi's look good. Yeah, so Domi's been on... How many teams has Domi actually been on? Next, Domi. I think it is 7, if I'm not mistaken. So Arizona, Montreal, Columbus, Carolina, Chicago, 6, sorry. Dallas is 6. Kolesar, I think, took a block shot there. Let's see. But yeah, Kolesar is going back to the room here. Really limping. What happened to him? So it's a Pavelski shot. I think maybe went off his leg. I'm not quite too sure where exactly it hit, to be honest. It's either like his thigh, his like upper thigh, or groin. How many teams Sean Burke played for? Let's see. Oopsies. Devils, Whalers, Hurricanes, Canucks, Flyers, Panthers, Coyotes, Flyers, Lightning, Kings. That's a lot. Is trying to think who's played for the most teams. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I remember their name, but it's not coming to me right now. Is it? I don't think it's him. Like, I think it's someone else, if I remember correctly, but I also could be not. Hintz off the draw here, sends it over. A shot by Suter, glove down by Hill. Good save there, off of a little play off the draw. The Golden Knights win this draw here. Oh, turned over at the line. Robertson tries to find Pavelski there, I think it was. But it's a knock back out to center. Heiskanen feeds it in. Robertson, a shot there by Hintz. They score! Robe Hintz continues his dominance in the playoffs. And it's a tie game. Wow. So it's a good play there. And a quick pass by Pavelski right to Hintz, who's honestly, he's got way too much time off his skate and just right over the shoulder of Adin Hill there. Nice play there. Have you heard the story of G Backup? I have not. I have not heard the story of G Backup. I will be honest with you. Here's Martinez at the line, sends it to Stevenson, who will stop up. Sends it down low. McNabb now back along to Stevenson again. It's fed in deep, but cut off by the Stars, and they play it back out. Theodore. Golden Knights trying to get back in. They were denied entry. Theodore with it again, sends it up to center, but it's cut off there by Johnston. Well played in. Goes by the skates of Adin Hill, who came out to play it. Now Dodonov. It's it in deep. Here's Jamie Benn. Back to the point. Henley will send it in. Now Dodonov in behind the net. Tries to send it out front. Gets denied. Now comes out front and that goes off of a skating wide. Hi Donald. How's it going? A shot there. Oh, good save by Hill. In 2002, Marty Brodeur was so good they named the Devils backup G backup. I had not heard about that. That is funny. Didn't know you do a live stream for the Stars Golden Knight game. Yeah, I think I'll do a couple of live streams here and there. Sagan with a shot stopped by Hill, who didn't really have it for a second there. Marchman took a poke at it. That was a close one. But yeah, I think I'll stream a couple conference finals games. I don't think I'll stream every single game of one particular series. I might, stream one game of the Hurricanes and Panthers series. I don't know. We'll kind of have to see. I'm not quite too sure exactly my schedule. It'll probably just be based on whenever I decide to be completely honest with you. But, I was having fun, live streaming the Leafs game, so might as well continue it. Lenny, you were wearing the right jersey for the Golden Knights, the gray jersey that should still be their home, not that gold jersey, which they should have kept as an alternate. I personally, I really like the gold jerseys. Honestly, I would wear the gold jersey, or I would have, if I didn't just wear it for my round 3 prediction video. I like to try and switch it up a little bit. But yeah, I like the gold jerseys. I understand, they don't look great on TV. But I don't know. I think they're sweet. Here's Carlson in, shoots, and that's stopped there by Ottinger, kick to the side. I think the gold jerseys, yeah, like they are the Golden Knights, but also it fits Vegas a lot. Like Vegas is supposed to be that flashy city. So I personally like the gold jerseys a lot. Here's Smith, couldn't get the shot away. Smith still on it. The shot there, that goes wide. Now Carlson looking for that hat trick. William Carlson feeds it back to the point. Pietrangelo on it. His shot goes wide. And that's cleared past everyone. There'll be an icing call against the Stars. Let me ask, did you watch the Panthers-Hurricanes game last night? Did you watch all of the games since it went to 4 overtimes? I did. I think I missed the first period. But I watched the second and third and all of the overtimes as well. It was a good game. I almost streamed that game. I was thinking about it, but I last moment decided against it, and I'm kind of glad that I did. Because 4 overtimes would have been a lot to try and commentate. Oh, here's a turnover. Oh, man. Golden Knights almost jumped on that. Now a shot from the point. Blockered away by Ottinger. What time did the game end for you? I think it was like 11:30, something like that. I can't quite remember, honestly. It was later, though. That's for sure. Later than usual. Yeah, I mean, like, I still like the gray jerseys. Like, I think they do look good, but I think the gold jerseys fit them a little bit better. Oh, what a blocker save by Ottinger there. I don't even know how he really saw it. He was screened there, but he still got the blocker. That's a great save. Yeah, the gray jerseys are still very, very nice, but I do kind of wish that they wore the gold helmets with the gold jerseys, but might be a little much for some people. I would like it though, personally. It ended at like 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Yeah, so then it would have been about 11 my time. I'm in Mountain Time, so would have been about 11. That's played up ahead. Dodonov. Oh no, sorry, that was Johnston. Oh no, it was it was Dodonov. Freaking Dodonov and Johnston having 63 and 53, being on the same line confuses me. Who do you got winning both conference finals? Hurricanes and Panthers, Stars and Golden Knights, and in how many games? I have the Golden Knights winning this series in 7, which maybe isn't the best prediction because Peter DeBoer is undefeated in Game 7s. So you think that if it did go to 7, the Stars would probably win it. But I still have the Golden Knights winning this one in 7. And I have the Hurricanes and Panthers. For them, I have that going to 6 games. And I have the Hurricanes taking that one. Oh, a move to the front. And a shot, and they score. I wonder if they're going to call that goal off or not, as there were some players inside of the crease. Ottinger was knocked off to the side. We'll see. I think he got pushed in, though, so we'll see if it's goaltender interference or not. So Kolesar here just drives the net. Yeah, I think I don't think that's Kolesar's fault. He gets hit and goes right into Ottinger. I'm sorry, was that Carrier that comes in? I think it's Carrier that comes in and... Am I wrong? Yeah, and they're not challenging it. So Vegas does take the lead. And sorry, it's Bluger, not Carrier. So Teddy Bluger gets the goal. And let's change that to 3. Have I ever been to a OHL/QMJHL game? No, because I have well, let's see. Is the QMJHL, I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that. Is there any teams that are even somewhat near me? Hold on. Team map. There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, no. And the OHL is all in Ontario as well. I just want to make sure because I know... I mean, I know one's the Quebec League and one's the Ontario League. Yeah, okay. But yeah, some of them are not in Ontario, was why I was trying to make sure here. And some of them are not in Quebec, at least as far as I know. But the answer is no, because I don't live in Ontario or Quebec. I'm in Alberta, so not close. Not close enough. Yeah, I think I've been to a Calgary Hitman game, and I also am pretty sure that I went to a Saskatoon Blades game as well. I'm pretty sure those games I've been to. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I know, like, well, I just looked it up earlier in the stream. Abbotsford is in the American Hockey League, which is weird. So I just wanted to double check that I wasn't going crazy. The Hurricanes 25th anniversary jersey needs to be their home jersey. No disrespect to the black jersey. It's okay, but they need to have their logo on the front with the black jersey as an alternate again. Yeah, I think that is the case. I think that's what they'll do. Especially with them wearing their 25th anniversary jersey these entire playoffs. I honestly think the only reason that they retired their previous home jersey is because that they knew they were bringing the 25th anniversary jersey back, and they're similar enough that like it may be a little bit confusing to people who don't pay too much attention. Like they're very 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 similar. So I would be very very surprised, honestly, if they didn't continue wearing their 25th anniversary jersey as a home jersey next season, and once again bring that black jersey as their third again. I feel for the Coyotes since they didn't get the Tempe deal. I hope they stay in Arizona and find a plan B. Yeah, I do feel very bad for Coyotes fans for sure. I mean, you know, I said it earlier in the stream. I think they can, like, have a sustained team in Arizona. They've just had a lot of issues with the building, obviously, and yeah, like they don't have a ton of fans coming out to games, but I don't particularly blame the fans. The team hasn't been good. Like, they've been so bad for so long. You're only going to get those hardcore hockey fans that come out consistently. Like, if I lived in Tempe, or like anywhere the Coyotes played, I probably would see them fairly often just because the tickets are cheap and it's a hockey game. Like, I would go see it, but that's also because I am interested in hockey a lot more than, you know, I would say the casual fans. And especially with just how, you know, when you have a team that's in a non-traditional market like Arizona, you kind of need to be the team to be good. I mean, look at Vegas, for example, right? Vegas, I would say, is in a non-traditional hockey market, but if you look at their arena, they have a lot of fans, and that's because they came out of the gate really good. They've been a good team since they were in the NHL, so obviously there's no issue. Alberta is the big rectangle one, right? Kind of. I would probably say Saskatchewan. There's kind of two big rectangle ones. Alberta has like basically the corner eaten off, pretty much. If you want to think about it like that, it's almost like a rectangular cookie with like the bottom left corner has a bite taken out of it. Because Saskatchewan is also just a big rectangle. Anna, did you know that the 4 teams left are from the southern part of the U.S.? Yeah, I mean, that's been a very, very big talking point during, well, you know, since all the teams kind of made it, it's been a very big talking point. And, you know, people are saying that no one's going to watch these playoffs because it's from 4 southern teams and no one cares about them. I disagree with that. You know, I think the people who are saying stuff like that and maybe aren't going to watch, as Ben with a shot there that goes wide. But the people who said that and the people who aren't going to watch, I don't think it really matters a whole lot for them. I feel like if it wasn't their team, they weren't going to watch anyways, right? Like, I don't think they're not watching. Oh, here's Eichel coming in. A 2-on-1. Eichel overshot. Oh, a good save. Rebound. Oh, Barbashev couldn't get that second shot away. It was a huge hit at one end that led to a 2-on-1 at the other. Eichel held on for a very long time, fed it to Barbashev, who I'm not sure who that defenseman was, but I think he got a stick on it. That was a really good play. Out and in, gets knocked down. Ooh, kind of goes into the board strangely there. Alberta just looks like Arizona just stretched. Yeah, I guess so. Sagan in deep for Marchment. Marchment over for Domi here. We'll give it back for Marchment. Back for Domi. That's cut off by McNabb. Fed up ahead, and Stevenson will just try and flip it out, but it's knocked down by Hanley. I'm still going to watch the games anyways because I'm a hockey fan. I want to see who gets to the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, me too. Like, once again, like, I think those... Ooh, Kolesar out front! Oh, that's deflected. I think Heiskanen got a stick on it. A huge play by him. As that was a massive chance. Was that Bluger again? Not quite too sure, and it's an offside call. We'll take a look at what happened here. Maybe this chance was Carrier. So yeah, it's a big hit there by Miller on Marchessault, but it comes the other way. Eichel. Oh, it's the Essen Lindell. Lindell with the huge stop there. I thought Ottinger made the save, but no, it was Lindell. And then, yeah, Bluger with that chance and a good stick by Heiskanen. So really good defensive play by the Dallas Stars. Made it close. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, I'm obviously a very big hockey fan as well, so that's why I will I'll continue watching the playoffs. You know, the people who, like I said, I think the conversation around, you know, people aren't gonna watch these games, I think that mostly comes from people who weren't gonna watch anyways because their team were eliminated. I don't think it really matters, you know, if they were, like, let's say if they were a Boston fan, I don't think it matters, you know, if, you know, Seattle was still in it, or, you know, Toronto was still in it, or, you know, Edmonton. Like, I don't think it really matters a ton. I think they're just saying that, and they wouldn't watch anyways. I don't think it matters because they're all Southern teams. How long do you think it'll take for the Leafs to hire this new general manager? See, it depends. If they do it internally with, like, you know, Pridham, if they hire him, I think fairly quickly. But I also think at the same time that they want to start interviewing some other candidates. So I honestly, like, the thing is I don't want them to hire quickly because I want them to explore as many people as possible. But also at the same time, they do kind of need to get the ball rolling here. So I don't know. Like, it's tough. And from what Shanahan was saying, like, he maybe was looking a little bit at some other possible candidates before, but, like, I don't think he was really looking hard because he still thought Kyle Dubas was going to be the GM next year up until recently. The 4 teams left. Hurricanes won in 2006. Panthers never won. Stars last won in 1999, and Golden Knights never won. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of glad. Like, it's been a while since we've had one of these 4 teams win a Stanley Cup. So that's what I like about this year. That's for sure. I think the comments no one's going to watch is from Salty Rangers fans and Bruins fans. Leaf fans are in there as well. I will be honest, I have seen a lot of Leaf fans also say the exact same thing. I think it, like I said, I think it's just from fans that weren't going to watch anyways. I totally agree with you, people who said that. Because your team is gone. Yeah, I think it's definitely just from people that weren't going to watch anyways. Brendan Shanahan says that he wants an experienced GM, but I don't really know any experienced GMs that are available. Yeah, I don't know either. Like, you know, once again, Tulsky is the biggest, or is like that big name that I've seen a lot. Miller with a shot. Oh, and that gets blocked in front by Howden. Oh, and a shot there, kicked away by Hill. Hold on, we'll continue in a second. As Dallas is getting some good pressure here. Let's play back around, and White Cloud will get it out, and the Golden Knights relieve the pressure here. Yeah, like Tulski is the only guy that I've heard a lot of, and he's the assistant general manager in Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I personally don't really know him all too much. It's just the name that I've heard thrown around a lot. You think teams are going to try and rebrand this year with Adidas because they don't want, or because didn't Fanatics say they don't want to do rebrands? Yeah, I think that is the case. The Flyers are rebranding, and from what we've heard, so are the Jets. I've seen one thing about maybe the Devils doing a slight rebrand as well, where they just take the circle out of their logo, but that was only from one person. I don't know if that's particularly true or not. That might just be some random person, to be honest. I'm trying to remember where I heard that from, and I think it was just some random comment. So, I don't think it was a lot. But yes, I do think teams will try and rebrand in the last year. Here's Domi. The Heiskanen with the shot. That's kicked away by Martinez there. Sagan. Marchment. Domi's at the point here. Marchment with the shot, and that's stopped and held on by Adin Hill with 3:56 left here to go. In the third, Vegas up by 1. Dallas have gotten some good pressure here. There's a block in front and good block there. The local 3 teams has gone out of the Metro. Rangers, Islanders, and Devils. But you're still going to watch anyways? Yeah. I mean, the Leafs are gone too, so, but I'm still watching. I hope it's not Ron Hextall. I don't know. I don't know who I'd want, to be honest. I'm trying to think of a general manager that I would want, and every single name that comes up is usually the name that I don't want. You have like Marc Bergevin. Stan Bowman's been out there. Yeah, I don't want those guys for different reasons. There would be riots in Newark if they did that. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's actually true or not, so I would take it with a grain of salt. We'll see. We'll see if they do actually do that. But it's only been one person that I've heard talk about that, so I kind of doubt it. I feel like we would probably hear a little bit more about it if it was actually true or not. I don't think the Leafs want to hire Brad Treliving because last offseason he had issues with Goudreau and Tkachuk. Failed to sign them. Yeah, I also would not want Treliving either. But the thing is every single... my issue comes into play where I think about every single general manager and I go, well, I don't want them. And then I'm stuck with I don't know who I want. So I'm glad that I'm not making the decision, that's for sure. Ronnie H is your GM. Pens and Flyers fans will pour one out for you. Yeah. After what he did with the Penguins in particular, it's like I don't want that. I'm good. But I don't know. We'll see. Just under 4 minutes left here to go in the third. Adin Hill out to play the puck. We'll wrap it around the boards. Cut off by Robertson, but it's kept in at the line. Robertson again feeds it to Pavelski. A backhand shot goes wide. See, Knights trying to get it out. So they do. Here's Carlson. Ooh, a good back check there by Robertson. And then he gets a stick in the face. No call on the play. Wow, fans in Vegas not too happy about that one. I'm pretty sure Carlson just got cross-checked in the face by Robertson if I saw that correctly. Now here's Miller. Lindell passed up ahead, but it got into the skates of the linesman. Now it's into the Vegas zone. Hill, a pass up ahead. Eichel will dump it in. There's Esa Lindell. Up to the sideboards there. Here's Miller with some room. Feeds it in. Oh, Domi tries to get a shot away. Couldn't do so. Kept in at the line. Lindell around the boards here. Sagan on it. Down low. Sent out front and it missed everyone. I'm shocked that the goalie hasn't been pulled yet. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Hintz gets stopped there at the red line. It's fed back in. Now Heiskanen to Pavelski. Ottinger is pulled. Here's Heiskanen at the line. Suter to Heiskanen with a shot. Tipped. Saved. Rebound. Good stop. It's still loose. And they score. Jamie Benn ties the game with 2 minutes left to go in the third. Are we going to get another long overtime here? I kind of hope not, but we'll see. Wow. So a good entry here by the Stars. And Stevenson just can't clear it there. Heiskanen at the line will take the shot there, and it's a scramble in front, and they just can't find it. It comes loose for Benn. I want to see how this puck comes loose for Benn. It's just kicked loose for Benn, and it goes right under the pad of Hill. I mean, that's a tough play. It's just a scramble in front, and we got a tie game here. Crazy. He took Nolan Patrick instead of Cale Makar. Yeah, that's not ideal. That's yeah. I would probably say that's oh, a shot there. Stop by Hill. It was played on Hill from center ice, and Hill couldn't grab a hold of it. And a juicy rebound. So it was tipped in, and it's a bouncing puck that Hill just couldn't corral. Yeesh. Close. And Dadonov with that opportunity. Man, that was... How do you feel about your Maple Leafs firing the GM? I've talked about it a lot, especially at the start of the stream. I'm also going to make a video about it later on tonight that I'll upload tomorrow morning, but I got mixed feelings about it, honestly. Part of me is, a centering pass by Carlson just missed his man. I'll talk about it in a minute and 20 seconds. Centering pass, huge save by Ottinger. Riley Smith with the opportunity, and Ottinger closed his 5-hole there. Yeah, I'll talk about it in a second. I want the period to end before I get into it. I don't want to be distracted for this last minute here. That puck goes off of a skate, so no icing there. White Cloud hit by Glendening. Barbashev plays it to Eichel here. Here's Jack Eichel. Centers it. Marchessault backhand wide. Now back to the point. A shot by Hay gets blocked in front. Puck is loose for a moment. Glendening will clear it. 30 seconds left to go in the third. Barbashev flips it into the corner. Lindell on it first. Harley. Or Hanley. I always forget which one is which. To be completely honest. The battle in the corner here comes loose. Here's Dadonov, and he'll just lift it high to the neutral zone. And that's going to do it here as the puck comes back into the Golden Knights' end. Going to do it for the third period. Shots 36-36. Game 3-3. And we're going to overtime. Well, we had 4 overtimes in last night's game. We'll see how many overtimes we got in this one. Oh God, what have I done? There we go. Oh, run down Broad Street when Comcast sells the Flyers. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. But yeah, how I feel about at least firing Dubas. Like I said, I've talked about it quite a bit already in the stream. Honestly, like I'm pretty sure like the first half an hour of the stream is just me talking about it. To be completely honest, but overall I'm mixed because I like Kyle Dubas a lot. I think he's a pretty darn good general manager. I think he is a fantastic person. Seems like a really good guy. But at the same time, I don't know how much of that is very helpful in hockey. Just in terms of it may make guys a little bit complacent. I think, there are very good attributes to have as a boss in the regular world. But in the sports world, I think it's a little bit different. And I also feel like at the same time as well, even though it looked like Kyle Dubas was ready to actually make some big changes and to, completely do a different plan, he was here long enough that sometimes if you just don't get those results, you need to make a move. And I guess he was just the guy to go. So I'm back and forth on it. I'll be completely honest. If Kyle Dubas stayed, I would have been totally okay with it. With him being gone, it highly hinges on who is going to be next. Like, how I feel about it just hinges on that. Because, yeah, if we bring in someone like Ron Hextall, I think that is a terrible decision. But we'll see. What's next with the Shanna plan? I have no idea, man. I'm honestly shocked that he's still here, to be completely honest. I said in my video where the Leafs got eliminated, I said, I would be okay if Shanahan, stayed, but I'd also be okay if he left. The more and more that I think about it and what transpired today as well, I feel like he should not be here anymore. One thing that, I heard with the Steve Dangle podcast in particular, they were talking about maybe moving Kyle Dubas up to the presidential role. And honestly, I think I would have liked that a decent amount. I think Kyle Dubas as the president maybe would have made a lot more sense if he was okay with that role, if that's something that he would have wanted. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked that Shanahan was even allowed to fire Kyle Dubas, to be honest, because he's been here for a lot of GMs, like Shanahan has. You think Briere is going to be a good general manager? I don't know, to be honest, because what was his position beforehand? With the Flyers, Danny Briere. Like, was he the assistant general manager, or I don't. Let's see, management career in 2017, appointed to day-to-day operations of the Maine Mariners that had been purchased by the Flyers. Portland, partway through the 2021-2022 season, Briere was named special assistant to the general manager. Okay. Yeah, chief of player development. Yeah, so it looks like he has like a little bit of experience there. Because what I was gonna say beforehand was, obviously being a player and being in that space definitely helps you out in that aspect, but it doesn't always, lead to you being a good general manager or not. But it looks like he has had some experience here and there. I think he could be a decent one, but, time will tell, I guess. It's always interesting to see a new general manager come in. But obviously, with his experience as a player, it definitely helps out. He was a scout in Philly for a while too. Interesting. Oh yeah, I think that definitely makes it a lot more likely that he will succeed then. At least it definitely helps. For sure. Hold on here. Don't think that I am going to don't think that I am going to do another hits game, so what we'll do is put some music just in the background here while we wait. While we chillax and wait for the OT to start. Don't expect Sheldon Keefe to get fired before the new general manager comes in. Yeah, I would kind of doubt it. And like, especially if I was also... Ooh, that's louder than I want. There we go. I think that should be okay. But yeah, if I was a general manager... I don't like how crackly the song is. I think it's intentional, but... With, you know, all the other free agents, like, I mean, I guess we can take a look at the cat friendly while I have my thing up here. So yeah, here's the Leafs cat friendly. So Kerfoot's expiring. So Kerfoot's expiring. I hope that they don't re-sign him. Ryan O'Reilly's gone. I would love if they could keep him. I don't think that's happening. Kampf, I would love for them to re-sign. Achari, I would also love for them to re-sign him. Bunting's gone. I don't think you sign him. I just don't think you can. I assume Simmons is retiring. Aston Reese, sure. I don't have a strong feeling either way. I hope Hall is gone. I would love for Luke Shen to come back. And if Gustafsson comes back, sure. I want Samsonov to come back there as well. But yeah, there's a lot to fill out from this roster here. I also don't like this song. I really need you know, I added a few songs, and the few songs that I added I don't like. So I really need to work on my playlist here. But yeah, I hope that they do make some sort of move here, or hire the GM soon here. Because yeah, it's just they got a lot to do. Non-hockey question: are you a cat or dog person? I'm a dog person. Which is weird. I think it's just because like my family has a dog, and has had one for, he's like what, 13 now? He's old. He's an older dog. But I feel like cats fit my personality more so, because I'm a lot more of a laid back type of person, to be fully honest. I'm sure if I got a cat, like, I would love it, to be honest. But I've had a dog for most of my life, or at least a good portion of it, so I currently will say that I am a dog person. The only reason, though, I'm kind of iffy about cats is just because with my jerseys, I would be afraid to get a cat with my jerseys. Because I would hate if it, like, jumped on some of my jerseys and, you know, gave it a bunch of pulls and stuff like that, and all of it shredding or shedding. It would not make me very happy. So with my dog, he doesn't shed. He's too small. So I like him more. On his new channel, The Dog Zone. Indeed. The Doggy Zone. Alright, let's get a player here. I'm guessing Lindell. I don't think that's us and Lindell, but I'm guessing Lindell. They are in the West, and they're Finnish. The problem is I don't know the nationality of a lot of players. So that's interesting. They're in the Pacific. I don't think Lindholm is Finnish. Yeah, he's Swedish. And he's 28 as well. Trying to think of Finnish players. It's not coming to mind, so I'm just gonna say, well, he's deemed as a center. We'll just say Hyman. I know he's obviously not Finnish, but we're looking for, you know, I'm looking for position right now. Zach Hyman's 30? Really? What the hell? I didn't think he was that old. For some reason, I thought it was, like, I don't know. You can try Peterson. You mean Pedersen or Peterson? Who is Jacob Peterson? Try Pedersen. Okay, it's not Pedersen. I want to guess Peterson because I don't know who that is. I want to know, but I also don't want to use a guess on him because I don't know who it. Like, I'm sure if I saw him, I would be like, yeah, maybe I know him, but right now I don't. Okay. Okay, you were saying double T. Who else can I guess? We'll just say Iafallo. Just because I want to see if he's on the Kings. He's not on the Kings. Okay, we'll guess a goalie on the Sharks. Who are the Sharks goalies right now? Reimer? It's not Reimer. Okay. Okay, it's... Fuck. Fuck, it's a goalie on the Sharks. Okay. Goalie on the Sharks. Okay, they did have Aiden Hill. They don't have... It's like Isn't it like a... KO? I'm sure I know this. I'm not going to look at chat for this. I want to see if I can figure it out by myself. Okay. So they got Aiden Hill as their backup. And they trade Aiden Hill. So it's a Finnish goaltender on the Sharks. I feel like it's like a KO or something. I feel like it starts with a K. What is it? K. I feel like it's K-A, not K-O. Hakkinen? Is that it? I think it's that. Okay, it is that. Alright. Oh, you guessed it in chat. Alright. You got it before me. Kaapo Kähkönen. It was... I knew it was K something. I just had to look for a bit. Alright. We got there. Alright, I think the game's starting here, so let's go back. The game is starting here, so let's mute you. And let's mute you. And let's get the game going here. And OT. All right. There's no way this happens, but you know, who's available? Former Leafs GM's Brian Burke. Yeah, no chance, I don't think. Yeah. I would probably say, yeah, the chances are similar to 1 in 100. I don't think that he wants to come back, and I'm not sure if the Leafs also would want him to be back either. Especially after his little tenure there in Pittsburgh. I don't think that he would come back. So we'll see how long this overtime goes. Overtime records: Dallas are 0 for 2, and Vegas are 0 for 1. That's tipped up ahead. Aiden Hill to play it around. Let's play back. See who wins this overtime. I guess we can do a little poll. Who wins OT? We'll do a poll. EGK, Dal. There we go. We got a poll going. You can vote in the poll if you want. There's White Cloud on it here. I think I have Vegas winning this one. I think Eichel's going to get the game-winning goal. Sent out front. Oh, and it's just sent wide. Howden bakes it in, and they score! Howden! Well, okay, that ended a lot quicker than last night's overtime. Howden banks it in off Ottinger. All right, well, hey, the poll's done. End poll. Who voted? Who voted Dallas? You're wrong. Wow, that's a quick one. I had Vegas winning, but I said Eichel, not Howden. So it's White Cloud in his own zone here. And Stevenson gathers it up, makes a nice move. Just goes around his man, sends it out front, and it goes off the skate of Howden, and then he just banks it right in. Yeah, so Stevenson gets it to Stone, who tried to get it over to Howden, and Ottinger just couldn't get there in time, sprawling in the net. Yeah, just... I don't know why Ottinger's spinning around like that. That was a weird play by Ottinger there. I feel like if he just pushed with his right leg there, I don't know. I'm not sure why he decided to spin like that. It was you, James? It's too bad. Yeah, I feel like he had enough. Like, I feel like he was trying to spin to maybe make sure that he got back into his net properly, but I don't know, man. Like, I feel like that was a weird play by Otter there. I want to see it again. Like, so he pushes off with his right leg. Okay, I guess it's because he maybe thought Howden was going to go around, but at the last moment he pulls back. All right. I see. I understand it a little bit more after taking a look at it again. But I'm glad that I'm glad that one didn't go as long as last night's, because I don't know if I would have it in me to commentate another 4 periods. I'm glad it's over and done with here. Makes it exciting, but also at the same time doesn't last too long. Gets us in, gets us out. All right, so that is gonna do it for me for tonight. I'm not quite too sure when my next stream is gonna be. I do not know, cause yeah, I don't know. I just haven't quite decided yet. We'll see if I probably won't stream tomorrow. I don't think I'll do game 2 of this series. I might go back and forth. So honestly, I might wait until game 3 of the Hurricanes and Panthers. That's my current plan, but we'll see if that stays true or not. Of course, I will also upload a video talking about the Leafs news, even though we've talked so much about it in the stream. I'll still upload a video about it. And I do also have an unboxing coming soon. I've been meaning to do the unboxing for actually a little while here, and I just have not done it because I've had other videos to upload. So I'm waiting until I don't have a video to upload that. Anyways, though, that's it for me. I appreciate everybody watching, stopping by, everybody who either just lurked or commented, whatever. All good. I missed overtime. Who scored the game-winning goal? Howden. Howden got it off of a good little bounce off of Ottinger and in. Okay, David Ryan. All right. Anyways, yeah, that's it for me. I will see you guys in my next stream, whenever that is. Bye.